Before I introduce the next comic, I want to tell you about the last time I was at church. This is a true story. They were talking about the body of Christ, and the pastor, who's a friend of mine, ended his message with this sentence: "Get into the body, get in deep." That was the second time I've had an erection at church. The first, not yet. The first time, though, I was thinking about Rachel Ray, so I'm not sure if that counts. All right, now let's bring on to the stage Khurum. Did I say that right? Awesome.
Thank you. And honestly, give yourselves a hand for coming out and supporting live comedy, really. Could be doing other things than watching us, and I go everywhere trying to get as much stage time as I can. This is the first time I've done this sort of thing, but my real full-time paying profession is not comedy, so I'm trying to get as much practice as I can, because what I really do is police officer. Maybe that warm is mine, okay? I'm from Ann Arbor, an Ann Arbor police officer, and they say if you can do comedy, do whatever's unique about you. And I thought, okay, police officer, what else is different about me? And the other thing is I was born in Pakistan. Thank you for that warm response. So whatever you think of my act, though, chances are I gotta be the only Pakistani police officer doing stand-up comedy at a United Methodist Church Center in Mount Pleasant. Yeah, I got that going for me. Not too many of those. Who looks like Johnny Mathis? A few of you might know. You'll have to Google him, I think, you guys. But it's funny because I'm from Pakistan, so people assume I'm a Muslim because Pakistan is 99.9% Muslim, but I personally am not. It's like in Islam, you pray 5 times. They have a very prescribed way to pray. And the only prayer I know by heart is, God, I hope that test is negative. I use that quite a bit. And also in Islam, they teach not to drink alcohol. Alcohol is prohibited. But I personally, I do drink. How about you guys? Some of you, yeah? Any underage drinkers? No. How about marijuana? Anybody want to admit? Yeah? He's the one with all the popcorn, right? But I mentioned Ann Arbor police officer. It's not a big deal there in Ann Arbor. Anybody know what the fine is? Oh, that was in the 60s, it used to be, yeah, the hash bash. Currently, not a gag, if you have marijuana in Ann Arbor, the fine is $25. That's a true thing. What's really ironic there, though, is if you have cigarettes, possession of tobacco for someone under age 18 is a $100 fine. So we get these teenagers with cigarettes, but they're pleading with us, it's marijuana. Just to save $75. I'll do the math, I'm from Pakistan. And of course, I said when people learn from Pakistan, they'll dislike me because Bin Laden was hiding there, like I had something to do with that. But usually, people learn police officer, and we do. We like our firefighters and police officers, right? Yeah. All right, thank you, yeah. So, to me, it's just weird. Hate me for being Pakistani, love me for being a police officer. But it's really weird, I get the complete opposite reaction at my Al-Qaeda meetings. I'm kidding, I don't go to Al-Qaeda meetings. We chat online. Just kidding. Actually, I'm not sure I'll get it, but I just auditioned to go overseas and entertain the troops. No, I'm not sure if I'll get it, and I was nervous going into a war zone. I talked to my cousins, though, and they said, oh, don't worry, the Taliban, they love a comedy show. I might have took that too far. I just wanted to mess. But I like to mess with people on ethnicity and stuff. It's like people, as I said, when I started with the police department, would tease me thinking I'm Middle Eastern and Arab and Muslim and stuff, so they rewired my siren. So whenever I go pull somebody over, instead of the usual police whistle sound, it would go, la 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 la. Took me 2 weeks to learn to do that. Think it comes natural, it does not. I had to go to Dearborn. Oh, You've been to Dearborn, huh? But I have to be honest, when I see attractive women, like many of the women here, I'll use the stereotypes in my favor. Tell them I'm a doctor. So that's the other stereotype, right? Although that's weird because you have the stereotype we're professionals, doctors, then you have the opposite, that we're terrorists. So what I do, I combine the two. Tell them I'm a proctologist. Get to a certain age, those are the terrorists, the medical profession. And I say a lot of people, learn I'm Muslim and they think, we all hate America and so on. But actually, most of us want to come to America. I was 7 years old when I came to America, and we learned we're coming. And the only thing I knew about America was how rich it was. And so my little imagination, I thought of like golden streets everywhere. Rubies, diamonds. We landed in Detroit. In 1968, right after the riots. I'm like, they've done a bait and switch on my ass. 18 hours on an airplane, I'm in Afghanistan. And of course, now when I travel, you can imagine they thoroughly search me. It's a point now, if I'm going to fly anywhere, only thing I wear at the airport is a thong. And I'm cocky about it. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, look for my weapon of mass destruction. They wave me through there like you ain't hurting anyone with that. Bothered me so much. I saw on the internet they have this ointment you rub in your private area, it makes it bigger. Ryan, you know what I'm talking about, right? Actually, I almost ordered it, but got to thinking, if it really, really worked, wouldn't it make your hands bigger too? I'll think these things. But let's see, I was writing things for this occasion. Like, do we have any Tea Party fans here? No, I'm not either. If you look, true thing, they have spent millions of dollars on that abstinence-only teaching. Have you seen that? And they've done surveys, and they found there's no difference in amount of sex people have, despite millions of dollars. The only difference, not a gag, is people that have the abstinence-only and believe in waiting to have sex after marriage, they have more anal sex. That's not the funny part. I just thought, leave it to teenagers to find a loophole. That might take a minute to get. And then, are you worried? You guys are young. Are you worried about global warming? Yeah, I am too. It's like they had the other day that Mel Gibson, he's been going into different synagogues just for the cold looks. But as I say, another thing in Islam, you're not supposed to have premarital sex, and it was always funny whenever I was like dealing with prostitutes at work, and they'd flirt with you and stuff. I remember there was one, she had a really short miniskirt on, and she had crotchless panties. And she's like, hey, officer, you want some of this? Of course, I was a professional. I said, no, I don't. She got offended. She said, why, are you gay or something? I said, no, I just see what it did to your panties. Besides, I could see her balls. I'm kidding, I banged her. All right, that's my time. Thank you very much. You guys were great. Thank you for supporting live religious comedy.